Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Tonight we're going to take a look at another brew from the brew pub in Moncton, Pump House. This is Pump House's Cadian Cream Ale. This is a 5.0 ABV beer, cream ale style. It is nicknamed Cadian because the region of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, when the original French settlers were here between like the early 1600s to the mid 1700s. Before they were expulsed by the British, they named this entire region as Acadia. They were Acadians, and they lived basically along the north coast of Nova Scotia and all through the St. John River Valley, and many Acadian communities still exist along the line, around Moncton, the North Shore, New Brunswick, West Shore of Nova Scotia. There's all kinds. I'm probably forgetting a few too. I shouldn't insult that heritage because part of my French heritage is Acadian as well. Yeah, this is. Let's give it a try here. Not really a whole lot more to say than it's just almost like a pale ale. Covers on pretty good though. Pump House always comes out with this fire chief, fire related, because they're actually their brewery. Not only is their brewery located in an abandoned firehouse, then they're like their brew pub. The brewer himself is actually a retired, or is he volunteer? Firefighter, which is actually pretty cool and kind of adds something to the mythos of the brew. So let's give it a pour here. Nice bright golden color. Very clear. There might be it's mainly yellow. There's some slight darker golden hints in the top. It's a very clear beer. It's got about a finger ahead, and I think that's dying off really quick. There is, however, quite a bit of carbonation in the glass. As you can see, you probably make that out in the camera. Some of that's due to an agitator ring on the bottom of this Samuel Adams glass. I suppose that's that you can see the bubbles starting to die off on the top, but I'm actually impressed that it's still there. It looks like it's in a steady state of dying and has been for a couple of minutes. Anyway, let's give it a sniff. It's almost hard to describe what that smells like. It smells almost like it's a bit salty. With a hint of boiled vegetables, to be honest. Like green beans. It's salty with a touch of hop aroma, a very faint touch of some kind of hop, but I can't make out what hop that is. It smells like either boiled vegetables or a bit like tomato juice. Well, the smell's okay. The appearance is really nice, and I'm actually surprised that there's that much lacing for just a plain cream ale beer. So let's give it a taste. It's not bitter. There might be a touch of bitterness to the back, but it's not even breaking the 10 IBU barrier. There's a touch of sweetness to the center of the tongue, and it's got mostly a vegetable quality. Very small touches for the sweetness. Almost disappears going down the back in a puff of foam. It's the residual flavor. It gives like a little bit of residual wetness, but for the most part, it's just sort of disappears once it reaches the back of your mouth. It's actually quite refreshing. Just don't try to turn your mind over to. It tastes kind of like a faint touch of like tomato juice, whereas it's on a bit on the salty side with a touch of sweetness, and has an almost tomatoey flavor. There's also kind of like a green bean, boiled vegetable taste, and it finishes with an aftertaste of like a bit of, on the after breath, it kind of gives it a little bit of a taste of like toasted grains, like like toasted barley. I don't have the box here anymore, but I can't check to see whether or not it's what the ingredients are. I imagine Tompo's uses pretty high quality ingredients. They do take their brewing seriously. Although this one's a bit on the salty side. I mean, it's not coming out like salt, like somebody took the salt shaker and just went into the ton or something, but it almost gets that saltwater kind of taste to it, like a faint salt hint. Kind of goes along with tasting a little bit like tomato juice. It's nice though. It's a little slightly creamy. It's watery. The finish is really nice, and it finishes dry. It's that proper balance that makes you want to like reach for the glass again and take another swig. And it's a very easily drinkable beer. I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit. I'll come back with some thoughts. Be right back. We're back with Pump House Cream Ale. So what did I think? Well, it'd be nice and refreshing when cold, but it's not like it's the best tasting beer in the world. Actually, not really a big fan of the flavor of this beer. There's bound to be people out there that really like this one because it's a nice light tasting beer. But the fact that the beer is very light, and combined with the fact that what flavors do come out into this beer aren't really the most appealing, or beer like vegetables and little like tomato or something like that. It's kind of a strange tasting beer, to be honest. It is very drinkable. As you can see, it's almost gone. But I wouldn't consider it like the best of Pump House's lineup. They've got some pretty nice beers, and this one's okay. As such, I'm going to give it a 3.0 out of 5, just because it's okay, a slight recommendation, but there's better stuff from Pump House out there. So, yeah, 3.0 out of 5. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in next time, we've got more beer to come. Talk to you later.